You're listening to the Webcast of Mass Discussion. This is W, along with Patrick McClellan. We discuss life, love, the lack thereof, fun little antics, little goofing, goofs, other stuff. And I forgot what my script's supposed to. What do I say here? Just intro the show and move on. You don't have to say anything else. You don't have to do the whole thing where you pretend like people are coming into your house and you're being a good host, because that's really annoying. Okay, fine. Webcast of Mass Discussion. Don't come on in or kick your shoes off or put your coat up or anything fun like that. Just listen in your car or at your cubicle. Not my cozy sitting room with a fire going and all your friends and a nice cocktail and some good snacks, charcuterie board or whatever. Whatever your cold, still environment you're listening in, make sure it's that. Perfect, W. That's perfect. Moron. Yeah, I've got more on my comfy place to listen. Come on in. Stay a while.
Okay, so are you... I'm rolling. What are you, Fred Durst? Hey, Fred Durst, what are you rolling? What are you, Sinbad? What do you mean Sinbad? What the fuck? Shut up. Hey. You shut up. Dude, we're rolling, but W. God damn it. We've never had a clean intro. Can you just shut the fudge up? I mean, I'm not trying to curse. Yeah, you would, you pussy. You dumb pussy idiot. Dude, what do you... No. I would say yes. Yes. You hear what I said? It's like my thing. When I'm jumping around, I'm like, dude, shut up. Touche. All right, well. So, like I said, we're rolling. And like I said, what are you, Fred Durst? What are you, in Limp Biscuit? You trying to find a nookie or whatever? You're up early in the morning to make sure you do it all for the nookie. Yeah, I'm up to do it for the nookie. Dude, very topical and very current and very cool band joke and reference that everybody will know. And definitely not something that only creeps listen to in 2001 or whatever. Yeah, well, consider me a creep. Call me Radiohead then. Okay, this back to back, very good. Another topical reference. Don't tell me you didn't. You weren't walking around with a backwards red hat on. No, I most certainly was not. What does your hat say, MAGA? No, this is from... It was a red New York Yankees logo. Yeah, a little lame. But, sorry I had to do it like the Durst boy. Love me some Limp Biscuits. In fact, that's what I call my favorite breakfast. I was like, Laura, can you make me some Limp Biscuits? And I always have a good chuckle, and she obviously does not like that. And she begs me, she said, please stop saying that. Yes, I will make some biscuits, but please stop saying that. It's not, nobody wants to hear that. And then I'll be like, okay, can you also make some corn, but spell that with a K? And then that usually starts a pretty big fight that drags on for weeks on end. So anyway, fun times. I love my new metal. You don't like new metal? Yeah, I do. I'm very low key, but I've been to almost every single one of the Vans Warped Tour. I hung out with that guitar player with the crazy eyes. Me and him and the other guy that
he's very zany and spooky. He's always his guitars are like puzzles or whatever. They're like magic eyes, or they're hypnosis or something. Are you talking about Zakk Wylde because it looks like a spiral? Maybe. And who's that other guy? Greg Gould. That makes all the scary movies. Is that it, Gary Gould? Greg Gould? You talking about Rob Zombie? Oh yeah, that's one of the coolest names. Hey Rob Zombie, can you get Steve Skeleton on the phone and maybe and Gary Gould and maybe get Greg Goblin on that as well. And maybe and Barry Bat. And and Derek Dracula as well. And we'll see if we can maybe get a monster mash going. Okay, thank you. Imagine having a cool monster name. Yeah, I can imagine. What would your monster name be? Ooh, that's tough. Probably Phil Phantom. Phil Phantom's pretty good. Yeah, that is pretty tight. Or maybe like Rex Wraith. That's another pretty good one. What about you? What would you go with? I wouldn't. I'm an adult. I don't come up with monster names. Come on. There's got to be a cool monster out there that I didn't name. Pull up the lyrics to that Jay-Z verse. You could be Glenn Godzilla. Lenny Loch Ness. Mark Mummy. Alright, yeah, I like Mark Mummy. I think I'll do with Mark Mummy. That's pretty good. You gotta clarify, what mummy do you mean? You mean scary, cursed Brendan Fraser mummy? Or do you mean a boneheaded skeleton idiot wrapped up in toilet paper just wandering around like an idiot? Yeah, I mean the scary cool one, obviously. Okay, that's not as spooky though. That's kind of like it's like a science mummy. Well, you just said they were like cursed and like scary, and yeah, they can curse you. That's not science. Oh, that's true. I've actually opened too many Egyptian tombs, and yeah, they I'll tell you what, they backfire almost instantly. Yeah, I got some old one pharaoh. I opened his tomb up, and yeah, luckily it wasn't like that Indiana Jones movie where the Nazi ghost ate all the souls or whatever. This one was a lot different. But I definitely knew it was bad when when it turned into like some sort of scan ghoul and it growled and said something in some gibberish. I was like, hey, why don't you write on the wall with some pictures and maybe I'll be able to understand you sand idiot. And then things got immediately worse. I had to fight a bunch of the Pharaoh's ghost eunuchs. And you'd think that for not having any genitalia, that'd be an easy go for me. No, hell no. These little fuckers can absolutely throw. So anyway, okay. Well, this is this clear made up story. I'm glad that you had the chance to work on your improv, but that's obviously not true. Are you kidding me? Look it up. I will look it up. What should I look up? You gotta go on the dark web. You gotta go on the bark web. This is on the dog part. Okay, I'm not going on the bark web, you fucking moron. Hey. It's for horses, gotcha. Okay, you did get me. You're in a very zany mood today. Yeah, I really am. I'm on a boatload of kratom. Been on this kratom kick. Some stoner at the smoke shop talked me into buying it, and hold on, what are you doing at the smoke shop? I was getting my CBD gummies, obviously. It's 2022, buddy. It's not cut out all the judgment and all that pots for hippie idiots. You cut all that out. It's 2022. Everybody, it's cool now. Well, it's illegal in the state of Texas. Look, I'm the #1 war criminal. Not my own term, but You don't think I can find some drugs, buddy? You can just call me El Chapola.
I actually will start calling you El Chapola.
Yeah, you better don't cartel me. Nothing.
Don't. Okay, yeah, that works.
I'll tell you this. I'll give you two choices, and you got to pick which one I did. I either broke good, or did I maybe break bad?
Okay, so I got to pick one of these.
Yeah. Which one do you think I did?
I mean, as a former president and somebody that's, trying to fix their image and trying to get rid of all the that old WMD talk and all that nonsense, and kind of move past that and move into a nice, peaceful, golden era, I would say you broke good.
Wrong. Mission accomplished again, but this time I broke bad. Yep.
So you're cooking drugs with a kid, a teenager?
No. I'm buying drugs, and I'm getting cursed by mummies on the dark web, and tried CrossFit. I even on the dark web, I anonymously on this chat thing. No, it's not chat roulette. It's kind of like that, but it's like chat. It's like chat Keno. It's another kind of casino game, but it's like you can kind of pick who you're talking to, and I made friends with this guy he's an Al Qaeda.
He's an Al what?
Yeah, I know it's yeah. I made friends with a real guy that's in Al Qaeda.
Okay. Is he recruiting you? Has he brainwashed you already? You shouldn't be talking to that guy. I was reading up on the some of the Taliban and the Al Qaeda guys, and literally they weren't allowed to, like, the guards weren't around to be around the prisoners for like more than 30 minutes at a time, because they would literally like brainwash them and become radicalized almost instantly.
No, come on, man. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I've been going to the mosque a little bit with a couple of new friends, and I've been real spiritual, and I've been reading up on Allah and some of the just some of the good parts of the Quran. Nothing crazy. Anyway, so yeah, no, I don't think some guy in a chat room has any influence on me. So yeah. Yeah. What do you take me for? What do you want to? You fucking infidels always have the same tired ass takes. I'll tell you what. Anyway.
Okay. All right, so you're getting radicalized on the dark web by your new friend who's in Al Qaeda. That's how you say it.
Al Qaeda.
See if I can do it.
Al Qaeda.
That's pretty dead on.
Hey, don't do me. It's very disrespectful to do an impression of somebody.
I would say that it's the exact opposite.
Oh, so it's like you're trying to honor me? You're trying to give me a Mark Twain Award for comedy?
No, I'm not trying to give you the Mark Twain Award for comedy. Which why would you get that?
Are you kidding me? I invented clownery. So much so that my good friends and people around me almost always called me Sean Clownery.
No, nobody has, not once has anybody ever called you Sean Clownery.
Yes, I'm Sean Clownery. Shaken, not stirred. I'm Sean Clownery.
It's terrible. You're trying to do Sean Connery as a clown.
Yes, I'm like Sean Connery, but I'm also a clown.
That is a terrible Sean Connery.
Whatever.
Why do you say you're like jumbled up or something?
I don't do voices very well. It's hard for me. Anyway, but everybody called me Sean Clownery.
No, they did not.
Why would they not? I got a PhD in clownery. from the Three Stooges School of Comedy Clowning and Overall Antics. You got a PhD from that clearly made up clown school that I almost would like to attend some classes at. That sounds pretty tight. Well, technically mine's an honorary. But yeah, I've got the gold squirting flower up in my office somewhere. It signifies my prestigious title. So yeah, please refer to me as Dr. Sean Clownery. Okay, Dr. Sean Clownery. Yes, shaken, not stirred. If you've seen some clowns, I'll be talking to them because I'm a clownery. Okay, that's okay. Don't come to the Rock, or else I'll beat my woman. Okay, those are the three things you know of Sean Connery: is the bad James Bond line, something about the Rock, and in that interview when he talked about beating his woman or whatever. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't want to go down the hacky road of being what's his name on Saturday Night Live. That's always being the funny guy. Not the Burt Reynolds guy, but the other one. Is it Daryl Hammond? See, probably. It's probably Daryl Hammond. Yeah, Daryl Ham, the ham guy. Piggy, Daryl Piggy. What? Yeah, okay, Daryl Piggy. Is that a bit, or are you just that stupid? It's a bit. I bit into it because I love a delicious ham. I love a piggy. Okay, buddy. Sorry, that whole thing reminded me of Turd Ferguson. Pretty funny, dude. I forgot that you just quote stuff. Yeah, I do. Did you forget what my middle name is? You haven't told me what your middle name is. Fucking god damn it. Wait, it's a W. It's Walker. Like the Texas Ranger. Pretty tight, huh? Did you ever watch that show? It was pretty hilarious. Walker, he would just be being a Texas Ranger or whatever, and then all of a sudden his ghost Indian friend would just appear in the sky and like give him a message. And his name was like a Red Crow or something. He'd be like, hey Walker, Texas Ranger, it's me, your dead Indian. Yeah, obviously you're seeing me in the sky because I'm giving you this vision. But yeah, the guy that robbed the bank is not the guy you think it is. It's somebody else. Remember, it's me, Red Crow. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm still dead, but good luck to you. I hope you catch this guy. Best of luck to you, Walker, Texas Ranger. Goodbye. I'm from the sky now. It's me, your ghost, leaving. So I always thought that was pretty cool. I never got me an Indian sky guide. I got one on the ground, and when I was on ayahuasca, and he was not very nice. Led me into a bush of thorns, and then started laughing and said, "Hey, this land's cursed, and so are you, you thorn idiot." And then he started doing some sort of jibber jabber, playing a drum or something. That's racist. You can't say that. That's what he was doing. And I'm sorry that I'm not too keen on PC after a mean Indian ghost just led me into a bush of thorns while I'm on ayahuasca. How, you kidding me? It's honestly a pretty good bit, and now that I'm thinking about it, that's pretty funny a thing to do. And then you yell about the land being cursed, and then I disturbed a bunch of animal graves or something, and I unlocked 2 pet cemeteries, and then they ended up hooking up with the mummy as well, and they were allowed to combine their curses. So I don't know how it works in the that realm, but yeah, if you were, I guess if you desecrate more than one grave in a calendar year, those two entities that are cursing you can team up and compound their curse and rain hellfire upon you. So and that's what they did. So yeah. What'd they do? Well, I'll tell you this. It started with we walked into the thorn bush. And then right after that, again, I'm flying on ayahuasca. I think I'm talking to God, but it turns out it was in fact not. It was this dude, Daryl
Hammond?
No, just a coincidence. He was on the trip with us. Him and his wife Peggy. She was a little much, but he was an all right dude. We saw the shaman together, and got the instructions, and the shaman sang his jibber jabber and his whatever. He waved his magical leaf or whatever the shit, and gave us our soup or whatever. Stop saying and whatever. Show some respect to whatever that process is. Don't say the shaman gave you instructions and gave you jibber jabber and waved his magical leaf and then served soup. I mean, that's pretty much what it was. And some lady was like his assistant, but she was just whispering, just nonsense. Very scary. And then there was some unsavory witch doctor looking guy on the other side, and he was just stirring a pot of some glowing thing. Luckily, I didn't have to eat that soup. And then, then Peggy got diarrhea, and she had to go back to the hotel. But me and so anyway, long story short, I thought I was talking to God on ayahuasca, but no, it was just Daryl. And he was, in fact, just reading off a Best Buy receipt he found in his pocket. So God really wasn't giving me very good advice anyway. I was like, whoa. I was trying to find out what God's retail price on the surround sound was, but I was like, well, I was really thankful. God was like, well, God's opening up to me about his home theater system. This is pretty sick. And it gives me something to think about that's not the 15,000 thorns that are inside of me, and not in a sexual way, in a weapon kind of way. W, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that probably was the most interesting story you've ever brought up, but I was not listening. So what? I mean, it's a podcast, so I want to hear stories, but none of them are even remotely close to being true. So your friend that's in the drug group, the ayahuasca group, which, I mean, I guess that's possible that is a thing, that you would go on a very deeply spiritual and profound ayahuasca trip with a group of strangers, but that's definitely possible. I wouldn't know anything about that. Then you disrespected the shaman and the shaman's assistant that said she whispers nonsense and it's spooky. You mentioned an unsavory witch doctor. This is all I remember. Well, yeah, I was saying that I thought I was talking to God, but it was just that guy Daryl, and it was not God. He was reading a receipt from Best Buy that he found in his pocket, and I was anyway. Yeah, you're just an idiot. Why did you think it was God? I think because when the thorns hurt so bad and I screamed, "Oh God!" and then Daryl must have been like, "Yes, that's me." And then I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Que paso, Yahweh?" And he was like, "Oh, just reading this receipt." I'm like, "Oh, really, my Lord? What? Please share with me your wisdom and what this holy receipt says. I submit to thee, thy Lord," and then I dropped to my knees and started praying. And Daryl's kind of weird about that. I thought that was kind of weird that God wouldn't be down. Like, this is your whole thing. You love people hitting the knees. And then why would he be so weird about it in person? Yeah, because it's not God. It's your weird stranger friend Daryl. I wish I would have gone to the hotel room with the diarrhea wife, dude. This sucks. Did anything cool happen? Did the unsavory witch doctor shrink anybody's head? Did anybody
Did anybody get dragged into the Amazon by a giant anaconda? Did Ice Cube say something hilarious in a boat? Did all right, I'm just gonna keep doing anaconda references, and that's not gonna really play very well. Yeah, I almost quoted that song that all the sluts sing at karaoke. The baby's got her back, or whatever. Is that what it's called? The baby's come back. The baby's butt is back. And where she's talking about her pet snake and how it doesn't want any food unless it's she's hungry as well. That's not how it. Why do you even say stuff if you clearly don't know what you're talking about? Well, because I vaguely remember. I remember like bits and pieces. Like puzzle pieces. And instead of taking the time to form a coherent thought or memory, I just take those words and throw them and see what happens. And how often does it work out for you and actually makes the conversation better, or is exactly what you were trying to convey? Yeah, almost never. Yeah. Now that you're saying that, it's very, yeah, I get it. Okay. Yeah, never. It's almost always instantly backfired. So, but I can't say that that's not part of the Indian burial ground and combined mummy curse. Yeah, I'd like to get back to that lie too, because I'd like to go back to you talking about finding a bunch of ghost eunuchs, which is clearly not true, and apparently they can fight. Can they? Yeah, they can. Okay, I think it was Krav Maga, maybe a little bit older, like Krav Maga. Okay, dude. No, it's not. That's Israeli Special Forces bullshit. And also, you can go take those classes from some crazy guy yelling like Borat in a bunch of strip centers if you want to go learn that. Wait, really? Yeah, actually, I would love to learn that. Isn't it all just like how quickly can you kick somebody in the wiener? It's all about grabbing dicks and stabbing people with stuff that's around. Actually, yeah, that is pretty much it. Yeah. It's maximum amount of damage using all things around you in real scenarios. How would you attack me right now if you had to kill me and you had 5 seconds to think? I would I'd turn on that lamp. I'm panicking. I'd distract you by making a paper airplane, throwing it, and then when you looked at it, I'd punch you in the ear, and then I'd grab the stapler and I'd staple these papers. Then I'd paper cut you with those papers, and then I'd turn the lamp off and hit you with it, and then try to turn it back on and stab you with the light bulb, and then I'd choke you with that mic cord. Then I'd tie you up, and then I'd run to the pet store and buy a bunch of tarantulas, and then I'd come let those tarantulas loose, and they wouldn't do anything because I realized that the tarantulas are poisonous and they don't bite, so it would just be very scary. And then I would see if I could find some anthrax on the dark web. I'd hit up my friend in Al-Qaeda. I'd be like, hey, you got any powder that's poison? I got a real idiot here I'm trying to kill. Don't tell anybody I'm killing anybody either, and don't print this out as a record. Please don't tell anybody that I'm about to commit a murder. Please, Mr. Al-Qaeda, please. Don't tell any of your friends. Don't screenshot this, please. Please. But I'm really about to kill this guy. Anyway, you got anything that could help me? You got any friends in a van that can scream inshallah or whatever, and then help me out here? Yeah, I got a question though.
So like, if we if we die in like a bomb explosion or martyrdom or whatever, and we get all those virgins, like, are they there as punishment for being virgins to just be sex slaves, or like, is that like their hell, or like, where are they? Where do they? How does that work? Because that seems kind of fucked up. Clearly, I love it. Yes, obviously, I want as many virgins as I can. Obviously, yeah. But like, are they like pumped on that or whatever? They're like, are they dead as well? Are they like astral beings? Like, please, I have some questions about these virgins. If you could get back to me on that one, I've got to go finish this murder. Yeah, let me know. I'm thinking about making a trip out there for Ramadan. Or what's the one with the... Is it Eid? AIDS? Aid for... Mubarak AIDS. That's not how you say it. It's Eid. Mubarak Eid. Assalamu alaikum. How's my Muslim slang coming along? Pretty good? Alright. So you can't help me with this murder? Okay. And you'll get back, you're going to ask around about the virgins? Okay, yeah, I appreciate that. Because that really is a kind of a big, it's been a big, kind of a bugaboo for me. And I kind of need that to really go all in on this, on Allah and Islam. You will give your best to your 3 wives and your bad sons. Hopefully they start to behave and they maybe start to perk up and get interested in those bomb things you've been showing them and hurling rocks. Hopefully they'll come around. They're kids, you know. Right now they're thinking about crazy stuff like, I don't know. I would think about throwing rocks would be way up there for me, but you know, gets different cultures. All right, buddy. So did you have that whole conversation out loud? Wait a second, that wasn't my daydream? No, you were literally saying all of that. That is very embarrassing. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to talk my way out of this. Yeah, that's my biggest fear, honestly, is to, I think I'm in my own thing, and yeah. And what do you know? I'm screaming in a CVS or whatever. Yeah, I thought I was in my own daydream, maybe even sleeping, but no, as I look into your eyes, I see that the stark contrast that is, in fact, this is reality, and color me a little embarrassed. Okay, W. This podcast has been just full of crazy lies and nonsense once again. I don't know. We can't do another 30 minutes of this. Let's make this a half an hour, and give the listeners like a break so they can call their therapist and pray to their gods, because they're going to need to repent, and they're going to need to meditate and cleanse themselves spiritually after hearing just whatever this was. In fact, listening to this might bring upon a third curse from a podcast mummy that is very similar to Bloody Mary or Beetlejuice. If you say their name 3 times, they'll show up on a podcast and curse you. If you say Bert Kreischer 3 times, you get cursed by a podcast mummy. So you say the machine 3 different times, you get cursed. Is that a pretty good bit? No, it's a terrible bit. God, I wonder what my Al Qaeda buddy's up to. Well, in that fake daydream did you ever
Did you ever figure out what's going on with the virgins, or was that just is that a real thing you asked, or was that just something that you've been scared to and too embarrassed to bring up, but in your daydream that you had all the confidence to take control of that conversation?
Yeah, you pretty much nailed me on that. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, clearly the virgins are all they're just. I think that's Jew virgin girl hell, which is Muslim martyr heaven. I think that's right.
Well, see, I don't. That makes it tough for me. I mean, like, yeah, obviously, I want my rewards of the afterlife, but I mean, I don't want some mean, reluctant, bitchy virgin being like all like mad that that they're in hell or whatever, and they have to give me their loins. I want them to be horny as hell. W, don't ever talk about anything being horny. I'm telling Laura. No, please don't. Hey, don't. Please don't. Please don't. She's got a real short fuse lately. She burned me with a candle the other day. She burned you? Yeah. She was lighting candles for some sort of weird prayer vigil she was doing, and then she had a candle, and I said something stupid as usual, and she said, "Don't say that. It's the Lord's time," and she burned me. And then she started singing the classic worship song, Refiner's Fire. I thought that was extra cruel. So I sang back. I forgot what I sang back. It was something about, don't burn me. Or I'm the burning bush, don't burn me down. Something like that. Some cool song.
Yeah, it sounds like you got her back.
I did.
All right, let's cut this off. Any closing remarks for this absolute nonsense?
Yeah, man, I didn't get to finish any of my cool stories about fighting the ghost eunuchs. What I learned on ayahuasca from talking to Daryl. How bad his wife's diarrhea really was. I think she ended up dying shortly thereafter. That it was yeah. She ate a bad enchilada on the Amazon or something. She ate at a Brazilian a fogo de chão that was the only thing I can think of is a homophobic slur for the first word, and I'm not going to say it. So I'm trying to be better.
Thank you, W. I appreciate that. Because it had no relevance there, and it would just be pure hate for you to even reference that or even think about that. So yeah. Just because a word starts with the F and has a G in it does not mean you have to go there.
Yeah, it's really hard, though.
All right. Well, as long as you're trying to be better.
I am. I went to Pride Parade this year, and a leather daddy hit me with a whip and hurt my feelings. He was trying to be nice, but it was very embarrassing. I was like, "Please, leather daddy, please don't hit me with your whip. I'm trying to celebrate all the people of all the different letters." And he just said something like, "Give me your wiener. I got a whip. I'm a leather daddy." And I'm like, "I'm not playing. I'm not part of this game." And then he just kept doing it. And I'm like, "Please, leather daddy, please go elsewhere. Maybe you got some sort of hook you can hook your skin up to or something. Can you get the hell out of here?" And I'm saying that, and I don't mean that respectfully. But get the hell away from me, pervert. Take that gay shit somewhere else. And then everybody around me got mad. And
okay, we're gonna cut this off before this spirals into hate speech. But yeah, I could see why they were a little upset by that.
But that's not what you know. What I was trying to say.
Well, no, not really.
Well, yeah, I don't know. He kept hitting me with that whip, and it was really getting under my skin. And I was already on edge because I was around all these gay people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds like you don't like, you're a little homophobic, so you probably shouldn't be faking it at Pride. You're like Ted Cruz at the Astros parade.
That's a pretty good, pretty good comparison. And yeah, color me embarrassed again. That sucks. That's the last thing I want to do is go around being booed by everybody and getting stuff thrown at me. Well, you kind of did. You had a shoe thrown at you. You kind of are the original Ted Cruz. Shit, man. I don't know if I can go on with this podcast. It's a tough thing to hear. At least Trump didn't talk about my dog wife, Laura. He said that about Laura. Laura would have literally pulled out a handgun from her fake Bible and shot him in the face. She's a psychopath. So yeah, I would have loved to see that. So at least I'm not a big pussy. This is over. We'll see you next time if there is one. There won't be. I'm not even gonna ask you a question. Let's just let's just wrap it up. I feel like this was one of our better ones. Very insightful. Yeah, what do you mean very, very insightful? It's pretty good. It's not pretty good. Did you cut it off? Yes. You sure it's off? Positive it's off. Are you going to say a slur or say something terrible? Well, no, I was just going to... Yeah, I really enjoyed that episode. It was really... I feel that this kratom I'm on really got me thinking clearly. Okay, I am going to turn... No, I didn't turn it off. I was lying to see if you would say something crazy, but no, that is crazy, but I don't think you said one coherent thing, even remotely near anything that's could be ever deemed as normal. They were just lies. You spoke out all of the parts of a daydream for a period of the podcast. I mean, yeah, it's mayhem. You've somehow converted to Islam. I mean, this is absolute nuts. But at least you're not, once again, in your garage in a dog bed on heroin, getting stung by wasps. Ain't that the truth, buddy? Yeah, that was much worse. Where your biggest fear was worrying about Bloody Mary getting you in a mirror, scratching you from a mirror. Yeah, those were the days. All right, I am cutting it off. You sure you don't want to yell the N-word or anything? Yeah, I actually would like to yell the N-word, and that N-word is nice. Nate. Be nice. So the second part's the N-word. The first one's not. Anyway. All right, W. What is the bad N-word that everybody talk about? I'm not sure I'm familiar. Look it up. Read Tom Sawyer. No.